Welcome to the ultimate samgyupsal recipe guide. We're going to show you everything that you need to know to have a great samgyupsal party at home. There's a lot to this guide, so make sure you check out the timestamps in the description box below if you'd like to skip to the part that you'd like to know more about. First, let's talk about whether you should make this in your kitchen or on the tabletop like I am. Doing a samgyupsal party at home can be a little bit messy if you're cooking everything on the table. There's oil splatter, there's smoke, there's the smell. So if you want a relatively mess-free dinner, then you should probably cook everything in the kitchen and then bring it out onto the dining table. But if you want to go all out, cooking at the table is the way to go. There's just something fun and magical about sitting around a hot stove, grilling meats with your friends. It's almost like it activates some long forgotten part of our prehistoric brains. It's inevitable that you'll have some oil flying out, but you can minimize the amount of cleanup with these tips. First, you can cover your table with a disposable tablecloth like this. I picked this up from the 100 yen shop in Japan, and it looks good, it makes cleanup easy, and it's cheap. You can probably find something similar at your local dollar store. I've also found some good alternatives on Amazon, and I'll leave the links down below. You can also lay it on the floor to catch any oil splatters, which will make cleanup much easier. However, if you're from the typical Asian household like me, I believe you're required to use newspaper. I also found this disposable aluminum stove guard at the 100 yen shop, and this will work great to catch any oil spills from behind the stove. This is a great option if you're doing a samgyupsal party with just 2 people, but not so great if you've got a few people sitting around the stove. In that case, you can give each of your guests a cardboard shield to block any oil splatter. Of course, I'm kidding. A cardboard suit would work much better at keeping them clean.
And ladies, here's a little secret for you. With a garbage bag and plastic wrap, you can stay smelling fresh. Watch out, boys!
Next, we can deal with the smoke and smell by closing the doors to every part of the house and opening as many windows in the samgyupsal room as we can. We can also set up a fan to help blow out that smoke towards the closest window. Now, I'm going to touch very briefly on the stove that you'll need for a great samgyupsal party at home. I'll have a more in-depth guide on choosing the best portable stove for Korean barbecue and samgyupsal coming soon, so make sure you're subscribed and you've hit that notification bell so you know when that video is out. Now, this is the stove that I use for my samgyupsal recipe. It's made by a trusted Japanese brand, Iwatani. It runs on butane and outputs a lot of heat. In fact, you may have seen me using it on different videos like my super delicious mabo tofu recipe or my super simple Korean rice ball recipe. I've got links to this exact stove in the description box below, so if you need more information on it, you can go ahead and check that out. And make sure you stay tuned for that upcoming portable stove video where I'll give you my thoughts on this and my recommended brands. For the actual pan, I'm using this purpose-made Korean grill pan by Iwatani. It consists of 2 parts, a bottom reservoir to catch oil drips and a top grill portion. You fill the bottom part with water so that the fat and the juice doesn't burn and create a ton of smoke. It even comes with a handy tool so you can safely remove the pan to refill the water or to clean it off. You can also check this out in the links down below. Now let's get into the food that you'll need for your samgyupsal party at home. Pork belly is the meat that you need for samgyupsal. After all, samgyupsal translates to 3-layered meat, and it refers to the fat and the meat layers of the pork belly. This is the most traditional kind of meat, but when we had it at a restaurant in Busan, South Korea, they also had an option for pork shoulder. Pork shoulder is great if you want something that's a tad bit leaner than pork belly, and it tastes just as wonderful. Both meats are unseasoned and unmarinated because we will be eating them with some dipping sauces. The first dipping sauce is a super easy sesame oil. Just mix some salt, pepper, sesame oil, and sesame seeds together. The other dipping sauce is even easier. We're using samjang. This is the classic dipping sauce for samgyupsal and has a great flavor. It enhances the taste of the meat and vegetables, and it is a total necessity for samgyupsal at home. Now let's move on to the veggies. We have a huge variety of veggies here, the main one being green leafy lettuce. You take the lettuce, add some pork, and any other of the fillings that you'd like, and then pop it into your mouth. It's such a fun and delicious way to get some roughage into your diet. Now, I don't recommend using something like iceberg or romaine lettuce just because they're a little too crunchy. Something like butter leaf or red leaf lettuce would work great. We also have some perilla leaves over here, They have an herby, minty, licoricey taste to them, and I cannot fully enjoy samgyupsal without these right here. They're a little hard to find, so you can skip them, but if you can find them, I highly recommend adding this to your samgyupsal meal. We also have some thinly sliced garlic and some chilies and some mushrooms. You can use whatever mushrooms you'd like, but today we are using maitake mushrooms. We're gonna cook these on the grill, but we like to have the garlic and the chilies raw. Now, if you don't want to eat your garlic or chilies raw, you can go ahead and cook them as well. We also have Mrs. Eats' mom's homemade kimchi here. I think she makes the best kimchi in the world. You cannot have samgyupsal without kimchi. We also have a ton of side dishes to go along with our samgyupsal feast. First, we have some delicious Korean stir-fried potatoes. These are absolutely delicious, one of my favorite side dishes. We also have 3 kinds of Korean seasoned vegetables, and we have a delicious Korean style salad. We made these 3 side dishes in this video here, so make sure you check that video out so you can learn how to make them. We also have some pickled onions over here that I made by boiling some rice wine vinegar, water, soy sauce, and sugar. I then poured it over some thinly sliced onions and I let them sit in the fridge for a few hours to pickle. And we have some very, very delicious ocean crack cocaine, aka Korean seaweed. Okay, I think that's about it. So, eating time! So, can you show us how it's done?
Yes.
Okay.
So first, we'll get some sangju.
Okay. Sounds good.
Sangju.
Yes.
And some gomanha. Genip in Korean. Do you want a little little one, baby? Or
Oh, anything is fine.
the bigger one? And if you like something spicy, you can put a little bit. Oh, めっちゃ辛いと思う。めっちゃスパイシーやと思うけど。And I know you love garlic. Oh, huge Japanese garlic. And let's try samjang first.
Okay.
Then put a little bit of everything. I put a little bit of everything. Maybe kimchi too.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, looks very nice.
Yes. Okay.
And
Roll it up.
then you feed somebody you love.
Ooh.
So, 美味しいやろ? 美味しい.
Wow.
Wow, wow.
That sauce, that samjang sauce, goes so well with all those ingredients.
Alright.
I feel like we're back in Busan. So good.
Yeah.
Delicious, authentic flavor. This is awesome. Again, you can cook this in your kitchen, but it's just not the same. You gotta do it right here on the table. Oh, so
It's
good.
so much fun. It's like a barbecue in the house.
Yes. With all the craziness happening around us, why not create a moment of true and utter bliss? I can't imagine any other way of having a great time with delicious foods and the ones you love than having a samgyupsal party at home. For the full guide, along with the recipes to everything that we've made here, be sure to visit our website. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.